And now we're back out in the Ember, working on some other things today. I think it's going to be trying to get access to this charge controller so I can replace it. There it is. That green blinking light is what I gotta get to. So I gotta pull this whole damn drawers out, I think. There's no other way to get to it. And from there we gotta figure out how I'm gonna replace it and wire in breakers and stuff. But luckily I had some of these square bits lying around, because these screws are square heads for some reason. I'm gonna record this because I'm not gonna remember how it goes together. It goes in that hole, right there. This one. Now what? So I think take these screws out, those screws out, and this board should come out, and I should be able to see at least what the hell is going on back there. Bigger than I thought it was. Okay, and what sucks is I think I just want to take the other side out. Oh. Right, so I think I'm starting to put this together now. I think it's this thicker white and blue wire that's coming from the roof panels through a hole that's just behind the microwave. I was hoping it'd be behind this wall, but it's not. So it comes in through the roof, right behind the microwave, comes through here, and down through here, down through there, and then it gets to the charge controller. It goes into here. So these thick blue and white wires are from the panels, I think. And I'm not sure why there's a second set of blue and white wires here. But that smaller white wire splits it from the controller and then goes down through this hole. And then from there I don't have any idea what happens to it. I can't really get to it. I wonder if it goes to this box. And then over to the fridge or something. This fridge doesn't turn off when you hit the battery disconnect. I think I read something or watched something where someone said the fridge also runs straight off of solar. And that might be why. Like I said, still just putting it together and trying to figure out where all these damn wires go. But I think what my plan's going to be is to just disconnect it here and then pull the wires up and maybe reattach the new Victron mounted up here. That way it's easy to get to and just work on. So I think that's kind of the plan. I don't know how well you can hear me, but I got the AC running, so I'm trying to just kind of bring the batteries down so I can really test the solar panels before I go about swapping the controller here. Looks like I'm only getting about 260 watts And it's a bright, sunny Florida day here. Not a cloud in the sky. And I'm not getting over 263, 264, not anywhere over 300 right now. We're using 1.3 kilowatts. I'll let this run for a bit and see what it does to the batteries and see how it charges them back up. The weather's pretty much going to be the same a lot the next few days, so I'm going to try to swap out the charge controller, swap out the swap out the Go Power for a Victron controller, going from the 30 amp controller in here to a 50 amp. Hopefully that'll just give us a little more juice. Now you can see it dropped down to 150, lost a whole 100 watts there. Not really sure why it does that. It says 82, so I don't know where the discrepancy comes from, but that doesn't seem right. This app is literally telling me it's getting twice as many watts as that monitor. So I don't know. That's why I'm switching to Victron, so I can just have a better idea of what the hell is going on with all this. I was just also reading this book here. This book is super helpful. So right now I'm just reading on how to connect the charge controller to the bank and all that. So I kind of think I have to kind of do some reverse steps here to uninstall that one to reinstall the new one, so I don't want to damage nothing. So I'm going to do what I'm doing. I think if I just follow these steps backwards to take it out, that will do it. Alright, so I'm just going to disconnect the batteries real quick. That way I can get this charge controller all disconnected. The sun's going to be going down here soon, but yeah, I found this Facebook post in the owners group about how to winterize, but it's just how to properly disconnect the batteries from the inverter and the rest of the systems, because TLDR, the battery disconnect that's accessible out through the door there, doesn't actually fully disconnect everything. They explain why in this post, but TLDR is disconnect this lead here coming off the batteries, and thankfully on this unit it's actually easy to get to. But I'll just show you our setup real quick. It's kind of dark because I have everything turned off, but here, let's get a little more light real quick. There we go. Okay, you can see our batteries are wired in parallel right there, red to red, black to black, red to red, black to black. And let's say to disconnect the lead coming off the batteries, located here. At least on this particular unit, yours may be different. So I think that's a size 17. Where'd my 17 go? There we go. Very carefully, very slowly. I don't want to accidentally lose anything else, cause a short or whatnot. I don't know what goes where, what anything else is in here. Well, we can see that, but you can see it's not flashing anymore, which means it's disconnected. I can double check with my multimeter here. with this. It's not a very descriptive box, but this smart shunt. So just gotta wire it all up. I think I gotta pull that one off first. So I'll do that just a sec. That's somehow still got enough juice to run. Sun's about to go down, so we can get that ripped out. I also have a breaker shut off that I'm going to wire in to what I hope is the solar wires here. So when I get that disconnected, I'll pull that back up, and I'm thinking I'm going to wire the new guy right in here. It's a little easier to get to and kind of just keep an eye on, but you know, these things need a bit of maintenance, and you gotta tighten these screws and stuff and just keep an eye on it, right? So it makes sense to put it somewhere a little more accessible than behind two drawers and some walls. While I wait for the sun to go down, I'm going to use the last bit of light here to try and get this smart shunt swapped in. So let's see what we got going on down here's my... Okay, so looks like I got to remove that lug. I need to grab this and unbolt it and then replace it. Alright, so this is the new smart shunt. Looks like it should just kind of bolt straight in. But yeah, this is the battery minus I just disconnected, and then that must be the two system minus that plugs in there. And I gotta figure out the rest here real quick. Gotta get that unscrewed and out of there. Looks like there's a power cable going to it too. Where do you go? Through here. This guy, I don't know. I don't really want to take this cover off and mess with it, so I might just cut it and tape it. But I got something else instead. So I think I'm just going to leave it for now. I'm not trying to hook batteries back up at the moment, not until I get the solar stuff kind of figured out real quick. Still waiting for the sun to go down so that'll completely turn off. And then I need to unplug it and wire in the disconnects. Just kind of bouncing back and forth here. Okay, well, seems to be pretty well dead now, so I'm gonna undo it. Oh my gosh, finally turned off. There should be no risk really damaging anything. Battery's disconnected. This thing's too big. Look at that. Battery's disconnected, panels are covered, and it's past sunset, so I should be able to disconnect this guy. Panels are disconnected. this even go to? Okay. I just pulled it out of the wall. How long is presumably the ones that come from the top here. The thicker of the two. Let's see. Interesting. I wonder. No, that don't make no sense. Why would there be two wires going into one hole? Right, because there's white and blue here. And then down here, where this port comes in for the external solar, a white and blue plug. But I don't know if that's the same wire, meaning they go both into the controller. That'd be crazy. So that port there, I don't wonder if that's this. So I'm coming from up top here. So they kind of just had them in their Haggard style without a, what is it, a ferrule? Just stuffed in there. I think for now I'm just gonna plug it in, make sure everything's working. I got the disconnect wired in and it's off right now, that way I can wire this up and then wire up the battery and just make sure everything's all nice and in working order. Nice and snug. It's off. Now I can put the shunt all together. And this bad boy should fire up. I think now I can just run through the rest of this install, connecting the negative and then the power stuff. So it's God, that scared me for no reason. I don't know if that's supposed to happen. Let's try this again. I'm so scared. Back out in the Ember. Took a pause yesterday to do some reading and research and stuff, but I think I can hopefully just get this thing reattached, but it's very cold out here. 48 degrees out here. Got my heated vest, and but the panels seem to be wired up. I just stuck a multimeter on the wires coming out into this, and that all seems right. It's a bit of a mess out here. Man, trying to work in this bay down here kind of sucks. My knees are bruised from kneeling down here. And I saw the charge controller on there too, so look at that, all connected and set up. And so this is all connected and updated. Now I can flip the breaker and see what happens to charging. It's on, but I do still have the panels covered, so I'm gonna go uncover them now. Alright, now I got the panels uncovered and things seem to be working. We're getting 150 watts absorption. So I'll give that a minute. This is gonna be so cool. I'm gonna have to figure out all these settings and stuff, but I'll do some reading later. Man, what a pain in the butt. Now it's gotta mount this, clean everything up, and then hopefully get to the rest of the solar upgrade and install. But everything seems to be working, nothing crazy. I even pulled out the fire extinguisher because you never know. But super hyped on that. Wow. On one hand, it was really easy, but on the other, it was a lot of hard work. Hit the battery disconnect and lights and stuff. Come on. Everything still seems to work. So that's a good sign. Yeah, so I guess I'm just gonna let this charge up a little bit, and then I'll do some reading and figuring and get everything all calibrated and ready to go. And then I'll clean up and mount that where it's supposed to go and get ready for the next project. Can't wait to add another 400 or so watts to this thing. So I literally just changed a couple settings and added 100 watts just by getting them to talk to each other. So now the battery monitor can talk to the charge controller, I guess over Bluetooth, but it jumped from 140, 150 watts up to, you're seeing 260 here. So hopefully that'll keep going up as the sun rises a bit, and I'll figure out how to calibrate everything else. This cover just pops off. It's a little tough, but you can do it. You can see just the size difference. The Go Power is just a bit bigger, beefier looking than the Victron here. Which is strange because this is a 30 and this is a 50, but what do I know? Let's just get this mounted. Guy's never even here. Back in. And now if we need to, service our controller again, it's right there, not behind here. So that's good. Let's fix some other stuff. Feel a lot better about the setup now. I can already tell the Victron is working way better than the Go Power stuff that was in here. The app just gives you so much more info, which is so much more usable and useful. So I think that'll go a long way, and eventually I'll get around to adding a couple more panels and another charge controller in here, but that's going to be an even bigger project just by looking at how everything in there's already wired. It's not going to be just plug and play. I'm going to have to redo some stuff, so that'll be interesting. So I think this is a good spot to end this video. Just going around and fixing stuff and then upgrading the solar, I think is very much worthwhile. And who needs a dealer when you just fucking do it yourself?